For 8 Mid-Penn basketball teams, the second season begins tonight. The regular season concluded last week. Now it's playoff time. The Palmyra girls are undefeated, a perfect 22-0 so far this season. The Steel High girls are no stranger to postseason pressure. The Lady Rollers are the two-time defending state single-A champs. Tonight, they collide in the semifinals of the Mid-Penn playoffs on High School Sports Live, presented by PHFA, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Central Dauphin High School. John Reppitz, joined by Advanced Hoops Charlie Fortney and Coach Todd McCall. And this is the Select Medical Physical Therapy and First Choice Rehabilitation Specialist pregame show. 2 Mid-Penn semifinal games for you tonight. The second one's going to be a boys contest, Steel High in Susquehanna Township. But the opener should be a very entertaining girls game, Palmyra and Steel High. And Charlie, Palmyra comes in 22-0, one of the best teams in the area this year, taking on Steel High and Malia Tate DeFreitas, one of the best single players all time in state history.
Well, Palmyra is good because they have some key players that can knock down that open jumper, the three-point shot. They have Carly Richardson hitting it from outside. She can do it inside. We saw on previous broadcasts the left hand, the right hand around the basket. Then they have a great complement in senior Kate Carmo. She can hit it off the dribble from three-point range. She was big in the last game as our player of the game, making big shots against Hershey. It's just a great team that Palmyra has. It's going to be a tall order for Steel High tonight, but with Malia and her cast of teammates, it is possible for Steel High Lady Rollers.
And Tate DeFreitas needs just 15 points to move into the number 4 spot on the girls' all-time scoring list in Pennsylvania. So, Todd, if you're her coach, Jeff Chisholm, and you see an opponent with a 22-0 record, what's going through your mind?
Well, first of all, you're playing one of the best AAA teams in the mid-state. This is really a playoff game. This is like a state championship for them. You get a test tonight. Here are the keys, though. One, Tate DeFreitas needs to get a 30-plus. I think that Coach Chisholm and his group, they can press, bring the pressure. And last but not least, one thing they're going to have to do a little differently, they're really going to have to hit the boards because Richardson and these girls hit the boards hard.
And if you're Palmyra coach Ron Berman, what are you thinking about when you realize you have to go up against Tate DeFreitas?
One of the best players in the mid-state. Coach is a great coach. First thing, I think he has to keep her under her 35 limit, but get her in the 15-20 range, and you're definitely going to win the game. Second of all, I think that they're going to have to handle the pressure tonight, run their sets, control the ball a little bit, but, you know, more importantly, have fun in this game. It's the playoffs, as you said.
Okay, thanks, Todd. I guess you can call me a stats geek. I just love looking at numbers. Here's a couple for you. Palmyra's top 3 scorers, Richardson, Smolik, and Carmo, have scored 787 points this year. Tate DeFreitas on her own has scored 783. Palmyra as a team has given up only 774. What's it all mean? It means sit back and enjoy what should be a good one. Palmyra and Steel High in the Mid-Penn semis coming your way next on High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When you do, see your doctor and ask for First Choice Rehabilitation Specialists and Select Physical Therapy. First Choice and Select PT lead the way in providing exceptional patient care and unmatched customer service. Call 717-558-4333 today to schedule an appointment at one of 15 locations throughout Greater Harrisburg. First Choice and Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
United Concordia Dental has been insuring Central Pennsylvania for over 40 years. Whether you're looking for group, family, or individual coverage, United Concordia has the right plan to fit your specific needs. United Concordia also prides itself on its commitment to the community through its efforts to arrange free dental services for the underserved and its charitable contributions throughout the area. United Concordia not only takes care of your smile, we give you something to smile about.
For generations, Caterpillar has delivered innovative products that help customers build strong, profitable businesses. And for more than 60 years, Cleveland Brothers Equipment Company has been Pennsylvania's source for first-class Caterpillar equipment, service, parts, and rentals. With 26 locations across Pennsylvania, we've grown right alongside our customers, delivering on our commitment to provide a superior experience and maximum value. Cleveland Brothers Equipment Company, helping Pennsylvania prosper since 1948.
This new diet, half and half's awesome.
Best part's the lemonade. Best part's the tea. Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade!
So which half is your favorite?
And they're blended so perfectly, who cares? Tasty tea, tangy lemonade, 10 calories. Snapple diet, half and half. Made from the best stuff on earth.
Our national anthem from Central Dauphin High School. Good evening again, everybody. John Reppis, joined by Charlie Fortney and Todd McCall. We're getting ready for Mid-Penn Semi-Final contest for you tonight. Girls action. It'll be Palmyra, undefeated, 22-0 on the regular season. The champions of the Keystone Division, taking on Steel High, 19-4. They shared the Capital Division title with West Perry, and the Steel High Lady Rollers knocked off West Perry in a play-in game last week for the right to play Palmyra here tonight. The winner advances to Thursday night's Mid-Penn Championship game over at Milton Hershey. Steel High is going to be in the home white uniforms. They'll be home on the scoreboard, and Palmyra in the road black uniforms.
Malia jumping ball here for the Rollers. Her and Kate Carmo. Jasmine Blanding comes down with the jump ball.
We're underway. It's Central Dauphin. That's Tate DeFreitas from inside the lane. Bank too hard off the back rim. No good. Loose ball. Palmyra pulls down the rebound.
And this is always an assignment for Molly Gunderman to guard the best player on the other team. There's Richardson doing what she does best, rebounding the basketball. Little pregame jitters there, but the girls are banging around inside. Palmyra early on doing what we thought they would do, guys. Todd, that man-to-man, as you were talking about, Coach Berman, he sticks with the good old faithful. He doesn't try to junk it up ever.
Not at all. And one of the big keys is now Steel High is going to have to, John, Charlie, you know, rebound. They're going to have to box out tonight.
Steel High doing a good job of denying that middle. Apparently they watched the Hershey game where Hershey left the middle wide open, but there is an opportunity for Katie McClellan.
Shot off the iron, no good. Palmyra tracks down another loose ball. That's Carmo driving to the hoop, left hand up, shot up and good.
Well, that was the play of the game against Hershey.
Tate DeFreitas back the other end, no good. Loose ball, and they're going to have a held possession. Let's get to a favor of the Palmyra Cougars.
We got some good officials here tonight. Some of our high school veterans, high school live veterans. Shell Rocco, Jeff Proctor, and Joe Gabriel with us tonight officiating this game.
5 on the floor for Palmyra right now is 13, Kate Carmo, Kristen Smolik, Katie McClellan, Gabby Gunderman, and Carly Richardson. That was Richardson with the missed shot. For Steel High, it's Tate DeFreitas, Jasmine Blanding, Amber Hessmore, Khadijah Robinson, and Angenique Simmons.
Smolik got called for a knick-knack. This game's going to have to be a sensitive foul calling game with the size difference between the Palmyra girls and Steel High. Steel High's going to have to get those calls like that around the basket. If it's a Hershey type game where the whistle was being held a lot, that favors Palmyra with the body sizes of the girls.
Cougars get the turnover, drive into the hoop, lays it up, no good off rim.
That's 2 on Smolik.
Reach in foul on Smolik. So that's going to be her second, team second here in the opening minute and a half.
Smolik picked up a couple of those ones as a coach you don't want him to get. But Steel High showing a 1-3-1 here the last time down. So they're going to mix the defense tonight, and it's good. Looks like it's going to be a good game plan.
Yeah. And Palmyra, like we talked about beforehand, they're not changing. They're trying to trap and take the ball out of Malia's hand. And
Malia has it stolen, but she gets it back off the miss.
Palmyra missed a lot of early shots, too. They could have helped themselves out early here.
Down low and getting the bounce on the rim is Khadijah Robinson.
Does Magic Johnson come to mind every time you watch this girl? Breaks the rim down off the dribble. Nice pass for a layup.
It's Gabby Gunderman with the miss, the air ball from three-point range. Tate DeFreitas back for the Rollers. Slices in the lane off the backboard, no good. Gets it back up, follows it up and in.
Right back in that 1-3-1. Remember, attacking those gaps, moving the ball around, get swings, and look diagonals.
Smolik has the ball stripped. Going to the floor is McClellan. Richardson with the ball, but they're going to call Steel High's Jasmine Blanding with the reach in. So far in the opening minutes, Palmyra just 1 of 8 on their attempts from the floor. They'll inbound under the basket.
Yeah, Palmyra getting some great opportunities. They're just not falling early.
Steal by Blanding. Drives to the hoop, off the backboard, too hard, no good. Whistle underneath. And it's going to be another foul against Palmyra.
Hey, what, very touchy game so far. It seems like the refs are just come out on they woke up on a different side of the bed than our last broadcast here, I'll tell you.
It's Gabby Gunderman with the foul, her first. Off the miss, Cougars with the loose ball. That's Kate Carmo. Carly Richardson for three, no. Carmo tracks it down. Carmo for three, way off the mark.
Steel High early on, holding serve here, and with a lead.
Long three from the corner is good. Amber Hessmore for Steel High. Makes it 7-2, favor of the Rollers. 2.5 minutes in, first quarter. Palmyra in and out. Richardson with the ball underneath, and they're going to call her for shuffling the feet. Travel, turnover, ball goes to Steel High.
Palmyra just looking a little bit cold right here. It looked like they need to settle down just a little bit because this Steel High team can score in bunches and quick.
DeFreitas no good. Rollers with the follow underneath. Loose ball knocked over the end line.
Checking for Palmyra, number 10, Katie Dombrowski.
Substitution for Palmyra, number 10, Katie Dombrowski. Off the bench for Ron Berman. Blanding, score it. Jasmine Blanding drives to the hoop, gets the basket, and draws the foul. Here's another look.
Jasmine Blanding to the line, shooting one.
You know, John, when you look at it, one of the things that I was afraid if I was from a coaching perspective, the guards at Steel High are so quick. They've got to get them out of lane, keep them out of lane in this man-to-man. It's not bearing well for Palmyra right now without stopping that penetration.
After Palmyra had the opening basket of the game, the Rollers have now rattled off 10 straight points to take a 10-2 lead as we hit the halfway mark of tonight's first quarter. They're going to call a reach-in foul that time on Malia Tate DeFreitas. Nope, they're going to actually call it the other way. They're going to say it was Amber Hessmore. Her first, team second. Ball loose inside. Gabby Gunderman has the ball knocked over the end line. She loses possession, but Palmyra keeps possession.
Uncharacteristic, a lot of missed shots earlier for Palmyra early. One thing we talked about before the game was for Steel High to have a chance against this very deep Palmyra team would be that Palmyra would have to have an off shooting night as well, and that part of that equation is happening so far. They're getting the opportunities.
Carmo, air ball from the baseline. DeFreitas for three, banks it in.
Everything going well for Steel High right now.
And Ron Berman's going to call a timeout. 3:12 left in the first quarter. His team's trailing by 11. Watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Register now for Advanced Hoops Premier AAU tryouts.
This Sunday the 17th, we're trying out 5th through 8th grade boys.
Next Sunday the 24th, 6th through 9th grade girls.
We're proud to offer elite level and competitive team opportunities. On March 3rd is the Boys and Girls High School National Showcase tryouts. It is the 3rd year in a row we're taking top boys teams to Las Vegas for the Adidas Super 64.
To get your spot, go to advancedhoops.com.
Hey folks, I've never met anyone who didn't love a bargain. At Ollie's Bargain Outlet, you'll find brand name merchandise at up to 70% off the fancy store prices. We scour the world to find closeouts, package changes, overruns, bargains on Mattel, Black & Decker, Ortho, Mohawk, Bissell, Random House, and more.
New bargains arrive daily, but when they're gone, they're gone. Visit Ollie's.us for a store near you. Ollie's.
Good stuff, cheap.
Just under 3 minutes left, opening quarter. Palmyra finally ends the Steel High 13-0 run.
And that may be what Palmyra needs to get them going, but I think Coach Berman in the huddle, just girls relax, just play your game. That would be the ideal comment in this situation.
Amber Hess-Moore doesn't get the bounce on the rim, but she does draw the foul. So she's going to go to the line for 2 foul shots. Fouled in the act of shooting.
Actually, they didn't give her that on that.
No, they did.
I agree with you. I thought she should have had foul shots on that.
She went to the line. I think she was more surprised than we were.
Well, this first quarter is going ideal for Steel High. They're getting all the fouls on the touch fouls, which is important, and Palmyra is off. So that formula continues. That's a good formula for Steel High.
16 fouls already on Palmyra, and we still have 2.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Down inside, loose ball. Maria Tukas gets swatted inside, and she will go to the line for 2 shots. Jasmine Blanding on the foul for Steel High, her second, team's third.
This may be the first time Todd and John and Palmyra this year has found themselves down by this much in the first quarter.
This
new territory.
Early, right. I can't help but think that they're shooting. I mean, their shots aren't even close. Could the surroundings here in the gym play into it? Because there's a lot of room here between the baskets and the end walls here.
It is different if you're not used to a setting like this.
Tate DeFreitas has it taken away. Ball loose on the floor, and in the lane we have a scrum. Held possession. It's going to be Steel High ball.
Todd, we talked about this before the game, not in the pregame, but even before that. Like, how would Steel High handle that trap that Palmyra did? And early on, it is rattling Tate DeFreitas a little bit.
It is, but you know, one of the things she's trying to break the press herself, Charlie. You know how it is when you're trying to break a zone press. It's hard to do off the dribble.
Another substitute, Katie McClellan, checks back in for Palmyra. Gabby Gunderman takes a seat. DeFreitas, hawked by Maria Tukas, drives, passes, attempted to get it to Angenique Simmons.
John, this is where that long arms of Palmyra pays off for them. They can afford to play off you a little bit. Those long arms contest everything.
Richardson for 3, got it.
Here, John, Charlie, here's been the swing. Palmyra went back under their basket in the 2-3 zone. They're getting stops out of the zone now. They knew they had to pull that man-to-man, and this has made the difference.
Again, Steel High getting everything in between the trap. Malia, Steel High's in the bonus already. This is not good news for Palmyra to be in foul trouble early. They like to pressure you. They're going to have to play a game that keeps them out of foul trouble.
Richardson pulls down the miss on the foul shot. I can't recall a time this year, guys, where we've seen a team in the bonus still in the first quarter.
Well, and Palmyra can, if a game's called tight like it is right now, that can happen to Palmyra. There's Richardson in the post.
Richardson from the corner, no good.
Boy, Richardson doesn't miss ones like that very often. She had a wide open look. But look at him back in the extended 2-3 right now. That's made a difference in stops.
Oh, yeah. And in the warm-ups, her shot was off tight. I was wondering how that was going to affect her in the game. She has made one.
Malia, no. Gets it back, no. Fans calling for a foul as she went to the floor.
Great ball spring out of Palmyra. Good ball swing and tough one taken inside Tukas.
Well, she did that well, guys, against Hershey. She sliced the defense a lot.
Back the other end, Tate DeFreitas banks it home. to end the mini run
Nice
by
take
Palmyra.
by Malia. That's what she does best.
Rollers by 3. They come up with a loose ball. Landing, calling for travel.
That's called running into the wall of the Palmyra defense.
So the Cougars trail by 3, 40 seconds left. They have the ball.
They're not the type that holds for a last shot. Ron Berman's, their teams are all about putting that ball up.
Tukas thought about it, passed. Outside, no good. DeFreitas with the rebound. Pulls up, wild shot, no good. That's going to go out of bounds. So the Cougars are going to get one last chance with 11 seconds left. Closing seconds, opening quarter. Tukas drives from the corner, puts it up and in. That's going to do it for the first quarter. We thought it was going to be entertaining, and it has been so far. Steel High leading Palmyra by 1. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Think about it. What could you do with $3,600? That's how much you'll save on a brand new 2013 Ford Escape this month only at Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premier Ford dealer. Yes, right now Hoffman is taking $3,600 off the redesigned Ford Escape with an athletic new look, plus hands-free power liftgate, My Ford Touch electronics interface, and more. Nobody gives you the selection, service, and Central PA's best Ford deals like Hoffman Ford. Online at hoffmanford.com.
Hey folks, I've never met anyone who didn't love a bargain. At Ollie's Bargain Outlet, you'll find brand name merchandise at up to 70% off the fancy store prices. We scour the world to find closeouts, package changes, overruns, bargains on Mattel, Black & Decker, Ortho, Mohawk, Bissell, Random House, and more.
New bargains arrive daily, but when they're gone, they're gone. Visit Ollie's.us for a store near you. Ollie's.
Good stuff, cheap!
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Second quarter at Central Dauphin underway. Steel High leading Palmyra 15-14. The winner of this game Thursday night will play for the Mid-Penn Championship against the winner of Cumberland Valley Gettysburg. That game going on as we speak over at East Pennsboro High School. And after one quarter, Cumberland Valley leading Gettysburg in that one by a score of 20-10.
And fans at home, we will have the score line up for you shortly. Working on that. Score is 15-14.
Richardson for 3. Got it.
Yes, John, you saw her hold her follow through extra on that shot because you can tell she's struggling with finding it. She had an extra little emphasis on the follow through, and it worked.
Palmyra with its first lead since it led 2-0. Steel High with a couple of chances inside, no good. Cougars with the loose ball. Tukas, baseline, thought about it, passes.
Swing. Palmyra trying to find the gap in that zone. Right now they're finding Carly Richardson.
Richardson, no. Inside, follow up, no good.
Steel High still getting out rebounded on this end of the glass. That's one of the big keys. Richardson has 2 straight threes and 3 looks at it lately, so she's going to start hitting, getting hot.
DeFreitas, no good. Palmyra with the loose ball. Carmo loses the handle, gets it back, and calls timeout.
It's a smart play by Kate Carmo.
So Palmyra takes a quick timeout. 6:29 left in the second quarter. The Cougars lead by 2. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Max Saver here at Carnes Foods, where you'll always find a ton of great deals from groceries to meat department.
Tired of winter's chill? Come to Carnes for everything you need to cook up meals that are warm and delicious. Plus, this week Carnes is heating things up with exceptional buys, like fresh boneless, skinless chicken breast, only $1.79 a pound. Carnes fresh pork link sausage, just $1.99 a pound. And lean pork butt roast, only $1.49 a pound.
Carnes, over 3,000 items on sale every day in every store.
Back at Central Dauphin, 6:29 left in the second quarter. Palmyra regains the lead. So they're on top of Steel High 17-15.
And John, I would say it's fair to say Palmyra hasn't played that well, and they're still up by 2. Steel High hasn't really had a big performance from Malia Tate-DeFreitas either, so I think you could say the same on both sides of the ball.
Tukas with the loose ball underneath. Second try, no good. Third try, no good. And finally, a foul underneath.
And Tukas has been an absolute spark, Charlie. John, right away. She has 6 points, but rebound-wise, 3 attempts at it. That's 5 rebounds on that side.
Here's the replay on that. Guys, I want to go back to when they called the timeout here in the corner. Late in the game, timeouts can be so precious. Do you really want to waste a timeout on a possession in a 2-point game with 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter?
Well, I always left it up to a captain. Carly Richardson, the captain, she made the call action when Karma was on the ground. So I know what you're saying. I say it's okay. I tell a captain, hey, you do your thing there.
It's Katie McClellan for Palmyra. Makes 1 of 2 from the line, but the Cougars get the ball on the miss, and they reset the offense.
Steel High doing a good job denying that pass in the middle. And not allowing it. Again, they watched the tape.
DeFreitas drives, no good. Didn't get it up over the rim. Loose ball underneath. Palmyra with the rebound. Steel High whistle for the foul.
Charlie, I get the sense that Tate DeFreitas is pressing herself a little bit tonight. She has 7 points, but you can just see like she picked up a foul there that coaches say, don't do it, don't do it. We need you on the floor.
Well, and that happens when you're a competitor, definitely.
Team fouls now 7 for Palmyra, 5 for Steel High, so that's almost evening out.
The Rollers staying real tough in that 1-3-1 zone, but I got to give it to the Cougars tonight. They're really moving the ball well, Charlie.
Kristen Smolik passes to Tukas. Corner, baseline jumper, good. Maria Tukas.
Tell you what, if we were picking a first half Huffman Ford player of the game, it would be Maria Tukas.
She has 8 right now on the night. 8 tough points.
Cougars now lead by 5. It's 20-15. So you approach the 5-minute mark. DeFreitas, long jumper, no good.
Well, and that's that long outstretched arm of Katie McClellan.
Kate Carmel with the left hand, no good. Richardson with the move inside, no. Ball tipped out of bounds.
And that's the thing we talked about. Malia has to shoot over girls with a long wingspan tonight. And you're seeing those shots altered a lot tonight.
Richardson, jumper from the foul line, no good. Foul called. Katie McClellan.
Yeah, that's, I rarely disagree with calls, but when a player has their hands up and they're trying not to foul, and it doesn't matter, it's not an advantage or a disadvantage. Most referees I talk to say you don't make those calls.
We're on the same wavelength, John, Charlie. One of the things we have seen lately, we have seen guys letting them play a little bit. I thought they might let them play a little bit more tonight, but there are some, some tougher calls going against the girls tonight because they are physical.
Palmyra is hammering the offensive boards tonight, folks. 13 offensive rebounds for the Lady Cougars so far. Most teams don't get that in a game. Cougars have it. We're not even halfway through the second quarter.
It is Palmyra 20.
Palmyra 20-17 over Steel High. McClellan inside, Richardson outside.
Ron Berman's hope is to have Malia give the ball up, like right there with the double team, and put the ball in the hands of the other Steel High lady rollers, and that's what's happening right there. It's going to be up to Steel High's supporting cast to come through tonight with that double team. It's hard to stop.
Tukas drives. Both players go to the floor hard.
Call was changed. They're calling a charge, and tough call. And you can hear Steel High cheering. You can hear Palmyra Cougars kind of saying, John, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Here it is one more time.
That was definitely a charge. There's no doubt about it. But, hey.
Maria Tukas gets her second team foul.
The Lady Rollers will take it, though.
Jasmine Blanding in the land of the Giants gets it snuffed. Ball goes over the end line off of her, so the ball's going to go to the Cougars.
John, Charlie, two things I see. One of the things I like, the change in the game plan that really just made the difference with Coach Berman's staff. The 2-3, and then Charlie actually doubling at the top of the 2-3 is really giving Tate DeFreitas problems. And the 1-3-1's been very consistent for them.
Katie McClellan inside for Palmyra.
But what do good teams do? They break down a zone after a while.
Cougars by 5. DeFreitas loses the ball in the lane. Held possession. Rollers retain possession. Palmyra on a 15-4 run since the 3:12 mark of the first quarter, and we're going to have a TV timeout. 3:43 left in the second. Palmyra leading Steel High by 5. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
High School Sports Live on ABC 27 is sponsored by The Patriot News, powered by PennLive.com. By Keystone Tax Associates, proud sponsor of High School Sports Live. Thanks to Joseph Sandry and Keystone Tax Associates for their support of high school student athletes. By the Keystone State Games, coming to the Harrisburg-Hershey area again in 2013. And by Sports Recruiters. Get noticed, get recognized, get recruited. SportsRecruiters.com.
Register now for Advanced Hoops Premier AAU tryouts.
This Sunday the 17th, we're trying out 5th through 8th grade boys.
Next Sunday the 24th, 6th through 9th grade girls.
We're proud to offer elite level and competitive team opportunities. On March 3rd is the Boys and Girls High School National Showcase tryouts. It is the 3rd year in a row we're taking top boys teams to Las Vegas for the Adidas Super 64.
To get your spot, go to advancedhoops.com.
Since 1955, Rosman Brothers, family owned, featuring American made, fast delivery, great prices, super service. Buy the best, buy Rosman Brothers.
Back at Central Dauphin High School, 3:43 left, second quarter. Steel High trailing Palmyra 22-17.
It's going to be a big second quarter for Steel High to get back in a rhythm, guys.
Only scored 2 points this quarter. Carly Richardson pulls up in the lane and hits.
Richardson's starting to find a little bit of her groove. Steel High needs to find some rhythm here with Malia, and the supporting cast needs to step up.
Carly Richardson stepped up now. She's got 8 points. She's starting to find that rhythm again, as you said, Charlie.
Palmyra with its biggest lead of the game, 7 points. DeFreitas no good with the jumper. Cougars with the loose ball. Looking to run. Smolik pulls up, no good. Underneath, Carly Richardson.
She came out cold, Charlie. Now she's got 10 just like that, all second quarter.
She's got 10, and they lead by 9. Steel High inside, no good. Kristen Smolik coming down for Palmyra. Underneath, gets it up and in. The lead is now 11.
Well, and Smolik showing how athletic she is.
14-2 here in the second quarter. Finally, Steel High puts an end to that Palmyra run. Richardson, 3 off the mark. DeFreitas from the inside the lane.
The last two possessions, Palmyra's forgot about Malia, and she's making them pay for it. She's showing her ability to slash, and she's not settling for the outside three.
Kristen Smolik hits from the baseline.
Kristen Smolik, 6 the baseline jumper.
Tell you what, those are bonus points for the Palmyra Lady Cougars. Anytime you have a top player like Smolik with 2 fouls, hitting your last couple buckets like that, that's huge.
Long three, no good. Blanding with the rebound and the follow for Steel High. 30-23. Rollers down by 7. 1:20 left, second quarter.
Seeing a tired Palmyra Lady Cougars. I haven't seen that in them in a long time. Maybe the end of the Hershey game, and that's about it. But they look tired as well out there. Steel High getting a little bit of hustle to them.
Richardson with the tough rebound. Smolik drives, banks, gets it and scores, and draws the foul. She'll go to the line for the attempt at three-point play, and let's go to Todd for a quick interview. Todd?
Hey guys, thank you. I'm here with Steve Morazzo from Pac Financial. Steve, thank you for your support this year. Talk a little bit about Pac Financial's involvement in the community and athletics.
Yeah, well, Pac Financial, we're a local family business. We've been around for 25 years. We work with local families, helping, and mainly we want to try to educate people on a good retirement. Okay, so we're out there trying to make sure you have a good game plan for retirement. You know, so I just wanted to thank you guys also for High School Sports Live for bringing us this great action. I mean, I'm very excited to be a part of it, to be a sponsor. You know, as a father and a coach, you know, watching my kids grow up. I have a son that plays for McDevitt, another son at Holy Name coming up for McDevitt, and it's fun to watch them, you know, showcase and you know their talents. So it's exciting.
Well, Steve, as you know, we've done wrestling and High School Sports Live, basketball, football next. So Steve Jr., I know Steve would be itching to get on the camera to play a little football. What do you think about the future of high school football?
Oh, I mean, I'm very excited. I mean, you know, I've coached these kids since they've been, you know, 5 years old at Holy Name, and just watching them come up and through the ranks and, you know, developing into fine young men. I know Steven's excited. I know that he is. If he can get his face on the camera, he'll be happy. You know. So I hope High School Sports Live can bring it to the football field as well. So.
Well, Steve, we thank you. Steve Morazzo from Pac Financial. Back to you, Charlie. John.
Thank you.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks, Steve. 10 seconds left, second quarter. Malia Tate DeFreitas drives to the hoop and scores. Makes it a 10-point game. Cougars with a chance for the final basket. Left-handed shot, no good. They call a foul, and the foul is going to stand.
That'll be 2 shots, too, because she was shooting there.
So Kate Carmo's going to go to the line for untimed foul shots here. His time has expired in the first half. She makes the first. And doesn't get the second. So we are at halftime. Palmyra leading Steel High 36-25. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
What's in a name? Everything. It's your own personal brand. It's who you are, your word. At Members First, our name speaks volumes. It's our guarantee to our members that there is nothing more important to us than you, your family, your well-being.
When you walk into a Members First branch or office, we'll get to know you, and we'll greet you by name. Open an account today and take advantage of our low Visa balance transfer rate. At Members First, we put our members first.
Max Saver here at Carnes Foods, where you'll always find a ton of great deals from groceries to meat department.
Tired of winter's chill? Come to Carnes for everything you need to cook up meals that are warm and delicious. Plus, this week Carnes is heating things up with exceptional buys, like fresh boneless skinless chicken breast, only $1.79 a pound. Carnes fresh pork link sausage, just $1.99 a pound. And lean pork butt roast, only $1.49 a pound.
Carnes, over 3,000 items on sale every day in every store.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre and post surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
United Concordia Dental has been insuring Central Pennsylvania for over 40 years. Whether you're looking for group, family, or individual coverage, United Concordia has the right plan to fit your specific needs. United Concordia also prides itself on its commitment to the community through its efforts to arrange free dental services for the underserved and its charitable contributions throughout the area. United Concordia not only takes care of your smile, we give you something to smile about.
Welcome back to Central Dauphin High School. John Reppitz, Charlie Fortney, Todd McCall. This is the first of two Mid-Penn Semi-Final games we're bringing you tonight on High School Sports Live. And this is the United Concordia Dental Halftime Report on High School Sports Live on ABC 27. Guys, everything went right the Steel Highway that first quarter. They led by 1 after the first quarter, but then Palmyra comes on strong in the second, outscoring the Rollers 22-10 in that second quarter to take the lead, 36-25. I know, Todd, earlier you're talking about a little adjustment that Coach Ron Berman made, and it appears to have been paying off.
Well, I was shocked. I'm going to say it, but I know Coach Berman, a great coach. He went 2-3 zone, and then he began to trap out the top of it on Tate DeFreitas, and it really threw them for a kind of a loss. You know, they struggled there. One of the things that I did notice is when Carly Richardson got going, based on Maria Tukas's play, it really kind of changed the Palmyra's outcome here.
Well, and that actually, Berman did something, and this is a credit to Malia. I think from the end zone, it might have for a while there looked like the 2-3, but basically they were setting up in the 2 front out there, basically double team Malia, and then as soon as that trap happened, they're kind of rotating on the ball, and that's a credit again. Malia's making a team like Palmyra, who says, I don't change for anybody. Changed, and it's impacted her, and we thought it would unless she would have an exceptionally hot night. But hey, there's a second half, and she's a gamer and a competitor. We haven't seen the last of her, but Palmyra did not shoot well early on. Steel High is going to have to box out, going to have to try to put an emphasis on the offensive or defensive boards to keep Palmyra's offensive rebounding down.
So if you're the coaches in the locker room now at halftime, what are you telling your players?
Well, first of all, it was a key, and I've seen both of these teams. Charlie just mentioned it. If you do not box out, you will find yourself down 20 points. You say it with intensity. Box out. If you're Steel High. If you're Palmyra, keep playing your game. Hey, let's drive that baseline a little bit against that 1-3-1. Quit settling for 19-9 every single shot. Get in that baseline. That's what you're telling. You asked me from a coach's perspective. No criticism, just telling you.
And Palmyra has an advantage that even if they're not boxing out, when that ball comes off the board, they have an average height of 5'10".
They're big.
And they're big. And in fairness to Steel High, you have Jasmine Blanding at 5'1", 5'2", Amber Hess-Moore, 5'4", Malia Sick, 5'6", 5'7", jumping ball. So Steel High's held serve, I think, is best they could. They're going to have a hot shooting second half to make it interesting, and that Palmyra's going to have to cool off a little bit.
2 quarters down, this is the United Concordia Dental Halftime Report from Central Dauphin High School, the Mid-Penn Semi-Final action tonight. Steel High trailing Palmyra by a score of 36-25. We'll be back with more here at Central Dauphin. Coming up next, you're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
What could you do with $2,500? Right now at Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premier Ford dealer. Get $2,500 off a new 2013 Ford Fusion. Dozens to choose from. Incredible styling and quality. Unbeatable gas mileage. And now through November, every Fusion in stock is $2,500 off. The selection, service, and savings are all in one place. Harrisburg's premier Ford dealer, Hoffman Ford. Visit HoffmanFord.com.
There's nothing like a little one-on-one time at home with family. These times make the best memories, and all of them need protection. You can find that protection with the Capital Region Insurance Agency. Affordable protection and superior service from Erie Insurance. Auto, home, business, and life. Your Erie agent is waiting for you. Call the Capital Region Insurance Agency for a quote today. 717-731-1142.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here, from delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here, from fine dining to home-style cooking, exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
Register now for Advanced Hoops Premier AAU tryouts.
This Sunday the 17th, we're trying out 5th through 8th grade boys.
Next Sunday the 24th, 6th through 9th grade girls.
We're proud to offer elite level and competitive team opportunities. On March 3rd is the Boys and Girls High School National Showcase tryouts. It is the 3rd year in a row we're taking top boys teams to Las Vegas for the Adidas Super 64.
To get your spot, go to advancedhoops.com.
Back at Central Dauphin High School, John Repitz, Charlie Fortney, Todd McCall goes take a little break.
Hey, somebody has
from
to
his
get something
duties.
to eat around here, all right?
This United Concordia Dental halftime report, and let's take a look at some of the statistics from tonight's first half. We're Steel High not shooting the ball particularly well. Neither team, actually.
Yeah, 1/3. Basically, we're looking at two teams shooting about a little under 30%. Both teams in that situation for the most part. Still high, Palmyra maybe more around 30. And then you got the foul shots, both knotted at 4. The rebounds is a difference, and what you don't see on this rebound stat is most of these rebounds for Palmyra are offensive rebounds. Turnovers knotted the same. The difference is in the extra opportunities on the rebounds.
Guys, sometimes you don't see 87 shots in a girls' game total. We had 87 shots in the first half alone tonight.
Well, John, I loved your stat before the game. You said, you know, Malia has more points than all 3 of the top leading scorers combined. I don't know what your numbers were. I can't remember, but that was awesome.
The 3 Palmyra top scorers have outscored Malia by about 6, and Malia has scored more points than Palmyra has given up this year.
Yeah.
So, so far, that's been the case. The winner of this game will advance to Thursday night's Mid-Penn Championship game. That game will be played over at Milton Hershey. The winner of this game plays the winner of the other semifinal taking place right now over at East Pennsboro High School. That's between Cumberland Valley and Gettysburg. And at halftime, Cumberland Valley leads that one 32-19 at halftime. So if things hold up Thursday night, it looks like we could have a Palmyra-Cumberland Valley matchup for the Mid-Penn Championship. But still yet to be decided.
I wouldn't rule out Casey Thurston's Gettysburg. I think it's the Lady Warriors. Makes sense, Gettysburg Warriors. But they won that championship last year over Trinity. I thought it was an upset. Some people didn't think it was, but I wouldn't rule it out. But Cumberland Valley's tough, and it would be a nice matchup between Cumberland Valley and one of these two teams.
Okay, let's take another quick break, and we'll be back with third quarter action. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
What could you do with $2,500? Right now at Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premier Ford dealer. Get $2,500 off a new 2013 Ford Fusion. Dozens to choose from. Incredible styling and quality. Unbeatable gas mileage. And now through November, every Fusion in stock is $2,500 off. The selection, service, and savings are all in one place. Harrisburg's premier Ford dealer, Hoffman Ford. Visit hoffmanford.com.
Back at Central Dauphin High School, getting ready to start the third quarter in this Mid-Penn semi-final game between Palmyra and Steel High. Palmyra with the better of it in the first half, leading the Lady Rollers 36-25. Cougars open with an 11-point lead and the ball to start the third quarter.
Kate Carmo, the senior leader, has not gotten going for Palmyra until that basket right there.
Basket.
Oh, Lord.
She knew you were going to talk about her, Charlie.
I feel prophetic here, but anyway. If she gets going, that makes it even tougher. But there's Malia saying, I'm not done yet. And there's a good rebound by Robinson.
Loose ball inside over the end line. Palmyra with the first basket of the third quarter. That is now their biggest lead of the game. It's 13 points.
I apologize. That was Ijanique Simmons on that last rebound. Put back. Carmo not looking for a 3 tonight. She's usually a gunslinger from 3.
Traveling call.
I know I raved about that whole ankle injury in the Hershey game, and I ran into like 4 or 5 Palmyra girls and says, Kate didn't sprain her ankle. What are you talking about? And I was like, I'm sorry. I just thought she sprained her ankle. She said she does that all the time. Leave her alone.
Blanding, Steele High nails the three-pointer.
And senior Jasmine Blanding, you know, we haven't talked about her. Maybe the three-pointer gives us reason to start talking about. She's one of these seniors for Steele High that's been with Malia every step of the way over the last so many years.
Carmo loses the handle inside, turns it over. Ball goes to Steele High.
I like that call, though, because it sets a tone in the second half that we're not going to go through what we did in the second half, ladies. You're going to play. We're not going to be getting involved in this game, and they're making the girls hold the ball, play a lot tougher.
Wild pass from midcourt by Tate DeFreitas goes over the M line.
Look at Todd McCall showing his defensive or slide skills to get that basketball.
Yeah. Todd, what impressed me most is you made that move with your dress shoes on.
That's right.
Coach Berman.
No high tops. They were the low wingtips, right?
Hey, plus a lot of Susquehanna kids here. I teach a lot of them, as you guys know. I'm just trying to give them the example. Guys, go hard. Or go home, Charlie, right?
Just don't get hurt, Todd. We don't have insurance for that.
Tate DeFreitas gets the friendly bounce on the rim.
Cuts it to 8. This is a good sign for Steele High.
She's in double figures with 11, Charlie.
We're trying to get Carly Richardson the ball. She has Jasmine Blanding guarding her. Now Carly's posting back up.
And there's a steal by the Rollers.
Scrappy defense by
quick hands by Hess Moore. Blanding for 3, got it. Rollers looking like they did midway through the first quarter. Cut a 13-point lead down to 5.
That's 8 points for her, but you know what? It's an uncontested shot, Charlie. You know as coaches, got to get a hand out there.
Richardson has her pocket pick. Blanding, 2-on-1. Hess Moore lays it in.
It's a game of runs, and the Rollers know how to make the runs, Charlie.
And Ron Berman's going to call a timeout. We saw a 13-point lead whittled down to 3. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here, from delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here, from fine dining to home-style cooking, exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
Starting to fill up as we are just past the halfway point of tonight's opening game, and we have another one for you coming up next. That'll be a boys contest between the Steele High Rollers and the Susquehanna Township Indians. Just as we were expecting this one to be an entertaining girls contest, we expect that one to be just as good on the boys side.
Well, if you look in the stands, you know, there's several teams here. Central Dolphin girls, the Trinity girls. It's a who's who night in high school basketball. Todd and John.
And legends come out. Billy Owens Sr. in the front row. Legends come out in the big games, Charlie.
Look for Palmyra to try to re-up the pressure again. They kind of started laying back and leaving girls open, which was uncharacteristic of them.
And right off the inbound, it was a miss by Katie Dabrowski. Steele High, but had a chance to cut the lead to 1.
Well, and here's Malia making the right pass. That should be a layup. That should be an assist. You know, that was perfect.
She is a very unselfish player. She scores a lot, but she does give the rock up too, John.
Boxing 1 on Carly Richardson right now with little Jasmine Blanding shielding her everywhere she goes.
It's Maria Tukas and Katie Dabrowski off the bench for Ron Berman here in the third quarter. Tukas no good with that shot. Tate DeFreitas lays it in. 1 point ball game.
John, Charlie, that's 13 for her. Don't get her warmed up.
Tukas gets it and the foul.
Molly Gunderman, or Gunderman I should say, Katie Gunderman guarding Malia in the first half, not doing it in the second half. And therefore losing her in transition, and that's not what Coach Ron Berman wants. I'm sorry, that's Molly Gunderman, number 24.
Tate DeFreitas with the foul, her second. Team's first here in the third quarter.
John, let's talk about keys, Charlie, big key. Maria Tukas, 10 points tonight. That was a big shot to break that steel high roller run. And I think Jasmine Blandon's got a little blood, so they've sent her back over to the bench now to get that blood wiped up. Now she might have to come off the floor.
Well, and they also have to take care of the blood on the court. There's a special way you got to do that, and it's called a towel, I guess. That's the special way. That's what I see them. They used to have, like, you had to come out with a kit, special, like, CSI type kit or something.
You're used to watching those wrestling matches where they come out with the gloves on and do all the blood work on the mat.
Yeah, Jasmine got popped in the mouth or something. She's playing so hard out there. She's probably the most aggressive player on the court tonight, Jasmine Blandon.
Tukas misses the foul shot, but Richardson tracks down the loose ball. Ball still loose over the end line. Say it's going to go to Steel High.
Guys, Jasmine's going to be taken to the locker room due to the blood in the mouth, and was making her sick, and I think she was swallowing a lot of it. She's going to have to go to the locker room and get it checked out.
So Tate DeFreitas drives down the lane to make it a one-point game once again.
Call it 15-4. And John, remember our big key, keep her under 20. She's at 15 already now.
15, that just moves her into number 4 on the girls' all-time state scoring list. Traveling call. It's going to give the ball back to the Rollers with their chance to take their first lead since the end of the first quarter.
Well, there's a difference in the shots Malia's getting in this half. She's getting the ones that she's great at, even on a bad day, and that's the running one-handers, the soft touch.
Rollers 3-on-1 break. Tukas tried to pass it inside. Ball gets knocked loose. Held possession, goes to the Rollers. We are going to have a TV timeout. 3:54 left in the third quarter. Steel High trails Palmyra by 1. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
High School Sports Live on ABC 27 is sponsored by The Sentinel, connecting you to your community for 150 years. By Allied Cleaning Technologies, Central Pennsylvania's premier resurfacing gym floor specialist. For an on-site evaluation, contact Tom Green at 717-774-0979. By Pack Financial, helping local families build, manage, and protect their portfolios. PackFinancialFirst.com. And by Advanced Hoops, the area's largest youth basketball training organization. AdvancedHoops.com for spring and summer camp information.
The Advanced Hoops basketball program has professional skill training. The most talented area players are playing AAU with Advanced Hoops, getting exposure in front of college coaches. Players of all ages can train with Advanced Hoops and get a rock-solid foundation. The coaches at Advanced Hoops have a great rapport with all the kids. Advanced Hoops is unique as we offer professional point guard and dribbling with Gerald Jarman.
As a former point guard at the University of Richmond, I led one of the greatest upsets ever against Syracuse in 1991. I get more fulfillment out of teaching young athletes the things that I learned and the keys that I learned, both in college and professionally.
Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction is amazing. He's helped many high-level players get a great shooting foundation for the college level. He understands how to build a player's shot right from where they are. AAU basketball, shooting, dribbling, or spring in-house games. Advanced Hoops has it all. Back at Central Dauphin, 3:54 left in tonight's third quarter. Steel High trailed by 13 early in this quarter. They have the ball and a chance to take the lead.
You know, Amber Hessmore, second leading scorer for Steel High, has not done much.
DeFreitas scores. Rollers on top.
By herself.
Ball not falling for Palmyra. DeFreitas with the rebound.
The box and one on Richardson has worked because now you have taken Carly Richardson's been out of the equation.
Malia from way outside.
And
No
Palmyra's a little uncomfortable on how to flow in the offense. They're going to have to find a rhythm without Richardson.
Gabby Gunderman got the 3 for Palmyra.
That was a big one out of Gunderman, a backbreaker, one that was needed because they can't find a way to answer with Tate DeFreitas.
Amber Hess-Moore, no good, doesn't even hit iron.
Well, she was listening to me because she's trying to get back involved in this game a little more.
Tukas to the hoop, draws the foul. Guys, she does that so well,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
way she drives the lane and draws the foul.
I'm glad you said
every
that.
time she drives, it seems like she gets a whistle.
And here's the other thing, and it's usually left, John. And that's usually the uncomfortable direction for a right-handed shooter. It's usually left.
She makes the first.
It's 11 points for Tukas, and I'm telling you, they're 11 hard-earned points. She has been the difference right now for Palmyra.
Yeah, I'm amazed at how Malia is this is a great Palmyra defensive team. And she is dribbling in and out of that team right now as if they're not even there. I mean, it is.
And that's a great point.
And
Charlie.
I said that before the game. If she does this against Palmyra, it's like win or lose, I'm going to gain a lot more respect for her one-on-one skills because they're a tremendous defensive team.
So back and forth we go. Palmyra led by 13 early in this quarter. They fell behind by 1. The Cougars now lead by 4. Follow up and in for Steel High. Makes it a 2-point game.
Yeah, Robinson and yeah, around the basket. This is a great rebound for Steel High to get something going around the basket. Malia made a smart decision to pass that off and not try to force it, and just trying to start trusting her teammates to get in this game. It's great leadership.
That was Ivana Flowers with the follow-up basket for Steel High. Carly Richardson way off the mark.
Just not in her rhythm tonight. She has 2 threes, but just it's been it's been all the hard way tonight.
Well, Charlie, she wasn't square there, you know. She didn't get her shoulder square. She kind of forced that shot up, and it wasn't in rhythm. You're right.
Right.
Foul called. Kristen Smolik gets her 3rd.
Yeah, look for her.
Pretty good job by Kristen, considering she picked up 2 quick ones in the first quarter. And gets to the 2-minute mark of the 3rd quarter before she got her 3rd.
Yeah, look for Coach Ron Berman to get Smolik out, not to get her 4th.
So Tate DeFreitas at the line. She will have a chance to tie the game at 45.
You know, she has 19, and she's getting up there in that rhythm again, and she's getting up there in those numbers, and she can put 20 on you real quick. It could be 40 before you know it. That's 20 right there, John.
So we are tied at 45 with 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. First tie since we way back at 2-2 in the opening minutes. Kate Carmo no good, gets it back, follows up and gets it. So Kate Carmo puts Palmyra back on top.
Carmo was 6, and she's going to need to get going here in the second half to win this game tonight.
DeFreitas 3, high off the rim, no good. Tukas with the rebound. Tukas to the hoop, score it!
Now we call a lot of names, John. We call Carmo, Richardson, Tukas with 14.
That was a nice pass by Malia.
Ajanique Simmons for Steel High makes it a 2-point game once again.
Tell you what, Steel High's answering.
Carmo with the right hand up and in.
Okay, not a lot of fouls called in this half. But it's 2-2. Different equation in the first quarter. I mean, it was bonus, 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first.
Lady Rollers were already in the bonus by this point in the first quarter.
I think this has allowed the girls to get in a better shooting rhythm on both sides, not calling as many fouls too, because you see better scoring in the second half.
Ball's knocked loose by Tukas. She's going to take it down, pulls up. Say knocked out of bounds by Tate DeFreitas.
And that was a good defensive play by Malia.
I want to say something with this game right now. You can't leave your sofa and go get chips. You're going to miss too many runs here. Don't go anywhere.
It's like the commercial where you got to bring the chips to the person.
That's right.
You can't go get them yourself. Off the inbound. Jumper's good. Kristen Smolik.
Palmyra has not been able to get the ball in a post position with Steel High's undersized team. And that's a credit to Steel High's defense not letting Palmyra throwing them off balance. Coach Chiz put together a nice second half game plan.
Pass through the hands of a Steel High player. Back come the Cougars to the hoop. Score it. Katie Dombrowski.
What's the difference in Ron Berman's team? They finish very well.
Richardson, 3-on-1 against DeFreitas. That's Carmel, actually. Left hand, score it. Palmyra ends the third quarter with a flurry to take a 10-point lead. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Do you have a game plan for retirement and college education?
In today's turbulent economic landscape, navigating the market to ensure a secure retirement can be challenging. PAC Financial can help guide you every step of the way.
I define financial independence as when work is optional and retirement's affordable.
So when life throws unexpected obstacles, you can still win the game.
Hi, I'm Steve Morazzo. Contact us today for your free, no-obligation consultation.
This new diet, half and half's awesome.
Best part's lemonade. Best part's of tea.
Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade! Tea! Lemonade!
So which half is your favorite?
And they're blended so perfectly, who cares? Tasty tea, tangy lemonade, 10 calories. Snapple diet, half and half. Made from the best stuff on earth.
Family-owned Rosman Brothers has the largest selection of recliners, living room, and kitchen dinettes. American Made is on sale. Buy furniture today, you can have it delivered tomorrow for free. So if you need furniture now, you want Rosman Brothers.
Back at Central Dauphin High School, fourth quarter underway. Loose ball picked up by Palmyra. And two players go down, hit the floor.
Well, and
Steel High's Khadijah Robinson wincing in some pain there.
I'll tell you what, the Lady Rollers came out ready to play this. They're on the floor, loose balls. Coach Chiz's teams come out after every quarter break with a new idea, new game plan. He certainly lit a fire under him.
Amber Hessmore, no good for Steel High.
Amber, Richardson, there's a number of shooters not having their normal shooting night, and it's definitely not helping Steel High.
Dombrowski, no good. Ball tipped, out of bounds, goes to the Rollers.
The big difference I see, though, for Palmyra offensively is they get second, third, fourth chances. Like you said, Charlie, you said it all night. They're just so big.
Guys, a game of swings, especially that third quarter. No team really showing any consistency. Palmyra led by 13. They fell behind by 4. Then that game was tied, and they ended up leading the quarter by 10.
Now Malia has 22, trying to do everything she can, and she is right now.
Long jumper for 3 is good by Kristen Smolik.
That's a backbreaker when you have Smolik hitting a 3. She hit some this year, but now here you go. Okay. Seeing a little bit of tired legs by Malia there.
Long 3, Jasmine Blanding.
Wow, the senior leader, Jasmine Blanding, tough as nails. Tough as nails.
Back from the cut in the mouth to nail the 3. And there's Kristen Smolik with his second straight 3.
It is an absolute unbelievable game of runs.
And we are going to have a timeout. 6:31 left. Palmyra leads Steel High by 11. Folks, I'd like you to like us on Facebook. Let's go to High School Sports Live. Again, live in quotations. Go out for pictures, schedules, lots of information about upcoming telecasts. And you can also check us out on hsslivetv.com, our website. And you can vote for our player of the game. We'll be announcing that a little later on, coming up in our Carnes post game. And of course, the folks, thanks from Advanced Hoops, who helped make this entire season possible, bringing you some
Who are
of the
they,
best.
John?
I don't know. Somebody named Fortney, I think. Guy used to be a pretty good player at Steel High, don't you think?
Yeah, fame is a vapor, and I've evaporated a long time ago, bro.
And we mentioned the player of the game. That's sponsored by Hoffman Ford. That'll be coming up in the Carnes post game. And then also the play of the game, sponsored by Pack Financial. We heard from their president, Steve Morazzo, a little bit earlier tonight.
Speaking of Steel High supporters, Hoffman Ford, Earl Hoffman, one of the all-time point per game scorers for Penn State. Steel High. He was at Steel High. He always reminds me when they were called Stilton.
Stilton. Tate DeFreitas, right hand in the lane, no good. Loose ball. Nice job by Kate Carmo. Got tripped up. Ball goes out of bounds. She knocked it out.
You know, Todd, we're talking about Coach Berman. He's old school. Is he going to come down and hold the ball out top and make Steel High play man-to-man?
No way.
He's just going to play the game.
If he does, I'm surprised.
I am so impressed with Jasmine Blanding's toughness, the senior for Steel High.
Wait, Charlie, she has 11 on the night. She has 3 threes, and I tell you what, she has a great stroke. If you leave her open, she's going to hit it.
And they got her trapped outside, so there's going to be a quick timeout by Steel High. And it's going to be a short 30-second break, so we'll keep it right here. Again, 6:08 left. Palmyra leading Steel High by a score of 63-52. Again, this is the first of 2 games for you tonight, folks. We'll have the boys' nightcap coming up. Steel High be taking on Susquehanna Township. And, of course, tonight's winners play Thursday night for the Mid-Penn Championships. And we've been talking about Mid-Penns. Of course, just around the corner starting next week will be the district playoffs. And, of course, we will have all 8 district championship games for you coming up February 28th and March 1st and 2nd from Giant Center in Hershey. We'll have all the action for you right here on High School Sports Live. Steel High gets the basket, so they're hanging tough. It's still that they're down by 9 as we're under the 6-minute mark. Katie McClellan, no good. There's Richardson with the rebound. Smollett takes it in, no good. McClellan, no good. Flowers with a rebound.
That had a lid, the rim had a lid on it there.
Tate DeFreitas, no good. Ball loose. Kate Carmo with the loose ball. Cougars looking to run. Loses the handle.
Kate Carmo not in a rhythm tonight. You can see it on her face. She's just frustrated.
Ball goes to the Rollers. We're going to go to Todd for a quick interview. Todd?
Gentlemen, as I said, the legends come out in the big ones. I'm here with Billy Owens, Senior. Billy, the game is a game of runs. Talk a little bit about what you saw here, you know, in the second half, the game of runs with Steel High Palmyra.
Well, I just think that Palmyra is starting to shoot the ball better from the outside, forcing the ball inside, and Steel High is just missing a lot of shots right now.
Now, Charlie told me a few times he came down to Carlisle and killed you all. What do you have to say about that?
He killed us? I don't know, man. We still got 4 state championships.
All right, Billy Owens Sr. The legends come out in the big ones. Charlie, John?
Thanks, Todd. Thanks, Mr. Owens. No, the basket's not going to count. They say the foul was on the floor. Steel High coach Jeff Chisholm with a pained look on his face. Didn't quite agree, but not to the point where he was really going to argue with it.
You know, Todd, John, this is becoming a regular thing that Bill Owens is ripping me on these High School Sports Live broadcasts. We're not scheduling any games with Carlisle anymore.
I love Billy.
Jasmine Blanding, air ball from the corner.
I got a great story with Billy Owens. We played on what they would call a travel/AAU team together in 8th grade, and I forgot my sneakers.
Richardson gets the bounce for 3.
Call that a shooter's touch. But I forgot my sneakers and left them at Steel High, so I missed a first half. It took me to the second half to get my sneakers for the game. I didn't want to miss any time playing with Billy Owens.
Good box out by Carmo, but it's Katie McClellan with the rebound.
You know, Todd, he was 5'11" in 8th grade with us, 6'3" in 9th, 6'5" in 10th, 6'7" in 11th, and he ended up being 6'9" his senior year.
That is just unbelievable. I've heard that story so many times about the height and the growth so quickly.
Tate DeFreitas had it stripped by Maria Tukis, but Maria gets it back and scores. So it's still an 8-point game.
She's getting into dangerous territory, John. She's at 23. It turns to 30 real quick.
Foul called.
You know, Palmyra is playing a dangerous game right now to try to match point for point because it just gives Malia a shooter's chance here to win this game. 3 minutes and 40. At one point, do you start working 30 seconds on the clock? And that's maybe something to think about.
Katie McClellan, no good. Gets her own miss, puts it back up and in.
You know, they're a bunch of gunslingers, Palmyra Lady Cougars.
And right back for Steele High. So we keep jockeying back and forth. 8-point game, 10-point game. Lead is 8, and they're going to call a foul. And the Steele High fans in the gym tonight not happy with that call.
Well, if you watch this, by textbook definition, reaching around, it is a reach. Whether it's a clean hit on the ball, referees will tell you to reach with the outside hand. They teach you at basketball camp, reach with the outside hand. But you know what, Malia, she's going to take her chances on that one because she's trying to win the game.
Her third, team's fourth. Maria Tukas. Long jumper outside, no good. Molly Gunderman with that miss. Tukas with the steal. To the hoop, no good. Ball still loose, foul called.
And here's Malia getting the rebound. Steal. It's like this. I want to put a cape on this young lady. Okay, put a cape. I saw the Rosman brother commercial earlier. They had the cape on the R guy. We're gonna grab that cape, put it on Malia because that's what she's doing here tonight, guys.
I totally agree. But Charlie, one of the things you talked about Palmyra, they're in such a hurry offensively. They can run some clock here. They're up 8 with 2:44.
Amber Hessmore off the front of the rim, no good. Dombrowski gets the foul. Tate DeFreitas, that's going to be her fourth. Here it is again, the steal.
She tried to avoid using the body, but man,
Banger with the body, not with the arm.
What a competitor.
Her fourth, team's fifth. Katie Dombrowski at the line, misses the first.
You know, guys, you don't want to tell, if you're Palmyra Cougars, you don't want to tell your team to, not look at the basket, not look at opportunities, but you're up 8. I say layups only right now. Make your free throws, layups only, get a good one.
Second was in and out. DeFreitas, no, actually it was Tukas with the steal off the miss.
I tell you what, I'm going to tell you something, Todd. Throw all that conventional wisdom of coaching out the window. You're playing against a team that has a young lady that can score at will if she gets on a roll. I say you knock the air out of this ball and make them foul. You can get inside 2 minutes. Put the pressure on Steele High.
That's a miss by Tukas at the
Palmyra
line.
not helping themselves out on the foul line here at all. 0 for 3 in the last 3 shots.
But the Cougars making up for those misses at the offensive end of the floor. 20 offensive rebounds tonight. That's 4 straight misses now for the Lady Cougars at the line. Still gives Steele High a chance. Tukas reaches, almost had the steal. Tate DeFreitas puts it in.
She's the best at the runner. She's the best at the runner.
So it's a 6-point game as we approach the 2-minute mark. In and out, no good. Follow up, Richardson draws the foul.
Carly Richardson boxed and won in the second half. It was uncomfortable. They really took her out of the game. This is a chance for her to hit 2 big foul shots for her team and to make a big difference in the second half.
That's another miss. That's 5 straight now.
Carmo and Smolikin bringing some size and some fresh energy in for Palmyra.
Richardson finally makes the foul shot.
Guys, Richardson with 14, but she knows she needs to make those foul shots. And Charlie, you're right. Take the air out of the ball. Walk it up the floor now.
So the lead is 7 with 2 minutes to go exactly in the 4th quarter. And now Palmyra pulls it out. Looking to take some of the air out of the ball at the offensive end.
Gunderman almost went for it. I wouldn't blame her. Looked wide open.
Steel High fans calling for the 5-second violation. Drive to the hoop. Kate Carmichael with the left hand scores and gets the foul.
That's 12 from Carmo. And, you know, John, one of the things, if you wanted to talk about, you know, early players of the game, I didn't think coming on she really struggled in the first half, but second half she's made layups, and that's a big shot. That's 12 for her.
You know what, in talking about player of the game, we got to talk about that in a second, but Kristen Smolik has 17. Hit some big second half shots.
So with 1:33 left, we have a timeout on the floor, a full timeout. We'll take a quick break. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Register now for Advanced Hoops Premier AAU tryouts.
This Sunday the 17th, we're trying out 5th through 8th grade boys.
Next Sunday the 24th, 6th through 9th grade girls.
We're proud to offer elite level and competitive team opportunities. On March 3rd is the Boys and Girls High School National Showcase tryouts. It is the 3rd year in a row we're taking top boys teams to Las Vegas for the Adidas Super 64.
To get your spot, go to advancedhoops.com.
Back at Central Dauphin High School, 1:33 left in the Mid-Penn Semi-Final contest here tonight. Steel High trailing Palmyra 71-62. The winner of this game will play Thursday night for the Mid-Penn Championship. Vote for our player of the game on High School Sports Live. That's HSSLiveTV.com. That award sponsored by Huffman Ford.
And this is Huffman Ford land here at Central Dauphin School District. Earl Huffman and Huffman Ford does a lot for the CD School District especially. A great supporter of athletics in the area.
Kate Carmo clangs that foul shot, but the Cougars get the loose ball.
My vote is for Kristen Smolik. Great second half, 17 points, 2 big threes when they needed to get on a roll and get some separation.
Richardson with the ball, draws the foul. Jasmine Blanding with the reach in.
Foul charge to Rollers number 2, Jasmine Blanding, number 4, teams 9.
So Richardson goes back to the line. Gets the first.
This was the first time I believe a team played Carly Richardson this way. They put the smallest girl on the floor down by her ankles in the paint and just pestered her. Box and won her, but her teammates stepped up.
And she's got 17 on the night. So, I mean, she came into her groove and found her groove, and that made a difference, too.
DeFreitas, air ball from three-point range.
Gunderman got a piece of that, and that's where that outstretched hand comes in and made it tough on Malia. Malia's now going to post up.
Amber Hess-Moore checks back in for the Rollers. They trail by 11, just 67 ticks left. Tate DeFreitas, no. Held possession. It's going to go to the Cougars.
You know, the score right now, guys, is an 11-point difference. That's what it was at halftime. And hats off to Steel High. They played basically an even second half against Palmyra. Just when we thought this game could have been a 20 or a 30-point loss, to Malia and her crew came to play in the second half.
Under a minute now. Palmyra still with possession, inbounds from side court.
Steel High's a single A school, guys. Single A enrollment. Playing in the big stage against the big schools. Only lost to Harrisburg by 5 this year. Quad A. When you have, and I graduated from Steel High, so I can brag about this in a good way. When you only have 45, 50 people graduating in your senior class, okay? 45 to 50 people. And the teams you're playing against in games like this have 300 to 600 people graduating in their senior class. And I know I'm going to get all these good text messages from my friends in Steelton saying thanks for pointing that out, but it's a
double A. I'm telling you. Banners that would be hung. These guys play at a high level, both boys and girls, and hats off to the Steel High community. And that's a Susquehanna man saying that.
Tate DeFreitas in the lane, no good. Carmo with the rebound.
You know, Charlie, there's still that rivalry.
Well, guys, I don't know. What's your vote for player of the game here? John?
I'm going to go with my first choice. That was Tukas. I think she was the one who really gave him the spark in that first half. Steel High looked like they could have blown Palmyra out, but Tukas got them jump-started. And I think without that jump-start, it may have been a different ball game. So I would vote for number 11 in Palmyra.
Todd?
I just thought what Maria Tukas did when other people couldn't find their groove made the difference tonight. Now, Carly Richardson did end up getting 20, but Tukas' 14 were tough points when they needed them.
You know what, guys, I'm not going to change my vote because you outvoted me, but I respect that decision.
So Palmyra is going to advance to the Mid-Penn Championship game Thursday night. The Cougars will take on Cumberland Valley, who defeated Gettysburg tonight 52-40. The final here tonight in this Mid-Penn semifinal. Palmyra 75, Steel High 62. We'll be back with our player of the game and interview with the winning coach coming up next. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here, from delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here, from fine dining to home-style cooking, exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
The Advanced Hoops basketball program has professional skill training. The most talented area players are playing AAU with Advanced Hoops, getting exposure in front of college coaches. Players of all ages can train with Advanced Hoops and get a rock-solid foundation. The coaches at Advanced Hoops have a great rapport with all the kids. Advanced Hoops is unique as we offer professional point guard and dribbling with Gerald Jarman.
As a former point guard at the University of Richmond, I led one of the greatest upsets ever against Syracuse in 1991. I get more fulfillment out of teaching young athletes the things that I learned and the keys that I learned, both in college and professionally.
Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction is amazing. He's helped many high-level players get a great shooting foundation for the college level. He understands how to build a player's shot right from where they are. AAU basketball, shooting, dribbling, or spring in-house games. Advanced Hoops has it all.
Max Saver here at Carnes Foods, where you'll always find a ton of great deals from groceries to meat department.
Carnes is your big game party headquarters. We're kicking off the savings with an unbeatable 80,000-pound ham blowout sale. Whole Superior Deluxe Semi-Bonus hams, only $1 a pound. Also, 1 pound of fresh Florida strawberries, only $1.99. And USDA Choice Whole T-Bone short loins, just $4.88 a pound.
Carnes, over 3,000 items on sale every day in every store.
Hey folks, I've never met anyone who didn't love a bargain. At Ollie's Bargain Outlet, you'll find brand name merchandise at up to 70% off the fancy store prices. We scour the world to find closeouts, package changes, overruns, bargains on Mattel, Black & Decker, Ortho, Mohawk, Bissell, Random House, and more.
New bargains arrive daily, but when they're gone, they're gone. Visit ollies.us for a store near you. Ollie's.
Good stuff, cheap! High School Sports Live on ABC 27 is sponsored by The Sentinel, connecting you to your community for 150 years. By Allied Cleaning Technologies, Central Pennsylvania's premier resurfacing gym floor specialists. For an on-site evaluation, contact Tom Green at 717-774-0979. By Pack Financial, helping local families build, manage, and protect their portfolios. PackFinancialFirst.com. And by Advanced Hoops, the area's largest youth basketball training organization. AdvancedHoops.com for spring and summer camp information.
Welcome back. We're here with Maria Tukas, Hoffman Ford player of the game. Maria, 14 tough points tonight. And when your team dug themselves a little hole, 1.102, you as a sophomore came and had some big answers. Talk about your play and your teammates' play tonight to win this game.
Well, lately we've been
not being able to start so on top of our game, but we are able to keep our composure and work as a group. We have such great chemistry that no matter what, we were playing such a great player, Malia, and we had to change what we normally did, and I feel that we were able to kind of go against the odds and shut her down.
Well, you did. You shut her down early. She did get back in the groove, but you guys answered. But let me talk about you being a cross-country champion and talk about a little bit about the conditioning. Does that help you on the court?
Yes, of course. I feel like I'm able to give my team some energy when we're down a little bit. And just being able to run the court not only is able to get our momentum up, but it's able to wear down the other team because they have to run down and play defense faster.
Well, Tukas, you know one thing. You told me something you want to be when you grow up. Can you tell the crowd out there tonight what you're going to be, what you're going to do when you grow up, your dream job?
I want to be a physical therapist.
A physical therapist. There's plenty of room for people like that. Let's talk to Coach for a moment, and I'm going to step in between you here. Hoffman Ford Player of the Game, Maria Tukas. Congratulations, Coach. Your team dug themselves a hole. Like you said, you stuck to your game plan like you always did. Charlie's also wanted to let you know he's very proud of you sticking to your guns and playing hard, good man-to-man and bearing down. But what did you tell your team at that timeout when they made their run to come back in the game?
Well, in the very beginning, we had like 3-4 layups that we just rushed and didn't finish. And, of course, they made shots. And, we just said it's going to be a long game. And, they had the first punch, the first run, and we just got to get back one at a time. We always talk about playing the next play. So we just talked about, trying to tighten up a little bit. And, I thought they hurt us with some rebounding earlier. And and again, we just yesterday, just worked on double teaming, forecourt, trying to wear her down a little bit. And I knew we wouldn't be great at it, but I knew we would play hard with it. So, not a whole lot of great coaching involved. Just put them in the right direction and let the players play.
Well, you're always a modest man. Give a lot of credit to Tate DeFreitas and the Steel High Rollers because they had a great game plan as well. But you got a big opponent coming up. It's going to be a great game. Mid-Penn Championship. Possibly a Cumberland Valley matchup. We don't know for sure, but talk a little bit about how you'll get your team prepared for the championship.
It's Thursday, so there's not a whole lot to do. We'll come in tomorrow, and we'll do more talking. We'll probably shoot around a little bit, maybe show anything that we want to show about Cumberland Valley, if Cumberland Valley or Gettysburg. I mean, I'm not counting Gettysburg out, but I did see Cumberland Valley live twice, and, well, they're really a nice team. And what's ironic is Cumberland Valley, that was our first scrimmage to start the year. So I'm very close with Coach Wolf. And when we left the gym up at Cumberland Valley, we said, hey, let's meet back in the Mid-Penn Championship. So we're there. I hope they're there also.
Well, there might be a possibility. Maria Tukas, Hoffman Ford Player of the Game. We're going to let you go celebrate with your team. What are you going to tell them when you get in the locker room?
I'm going to tell them that we did it, and it's time for the next one.
It's time for the next one. John, Charlie, you heard it. Maria Tukas said it well. Coach Berman sticking to his game plan, and it's time to go for one more, they say. John?
Okay, Todd, thank you. Congratulations to Maria Tukas, our Hoffman Ford Player of the Game, and winning coach Ron Berman. They get to come back and play Thursday night for the Mid-Penn Championship after defeating Steel High tonight in the semifinal game 75-62. Boys on the floor getting ready. It's Susquehanna Township and Steel High. We'll come back to talk a little bit about that one and put the final wrapping touch on this girls game. Coming up next, you're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Hey folks, I've never met anyone who didn't love a bargain. At Ollie's Bargain Outlet, you'll find brand name merchandise at up to 70% off the fancy store prices. We scour the world to find closeouts, package changes, overruns, bargains on Mattel, Black & Decker, Ortho, Mohawk, Bissell, Random House, and more.
New bargains arrive daily, but when they're gone, they're gone. Visit Ollie's.us for a store near you. Ollie's.
Good stuff, cheap.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When you do, see your doctor and ask for First Choice Rehabilitation Specialists and Select Physical Therapy. First Choice and Select PT lead the way in providing exceptional patient care and unmatched customer service. Call 717-558-4333 today to schedule an appointment at one of 15 locations throughout Greater Harrisburg. First Choice and Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. we help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Max Saver here at Carnes Foods, where you'll always find a ton of great deals from groceries to meat department.
Tired of winter's chill? Come to Carnes for everything you need to cook up meals that are warm and delicious. Plus, this week, Carnes is heating things up with exceptional buys, like fresh boneless, skinless chicken breast, only $1.79 a pound. Carnes fresh pork link sausage, just $1.99 a pound. And lean pork butt roast, only $1.49 a pound.
Carnes, over 3,000 items on sale every day in every store.
Back at Central Dauphin High School. One Mid-Penn semi-final in the books. This is the Carnes post-game show here on High School Sports Live. Make it 23 straight wins now on the season for the Palmyra girls as they take out the Steel High Rollers 75-62. And Palmyra advances to Thursday night's Mid-Penn championship game against the Cumberland Valley Eagles. Cumberland Valley knocking off Gettysburg tonight by a final of 52-40. Guys, I kind of describe this game as a yo-yo. Up and down, up and down, up and down. 10-point lead, tie, 6-point lead, 3 points the other way. Just back and forth, and finally Palmyra just outlasted Steel High. Is that the case?
Well, you know what it is? In playoff basketball, it's a game of runs. Charlie will tell you, you know, what you normally do during the year, throw it out the window. I just think that teams get you know, tight, and then other teams pick up, and nobody wants to lose really when it comes down to this, and you see that. And I used to get real excited in my early years of coaching. You see, why are we down? Why are we down? You know, it's a game of runs. You're going to get your run. Just settle in and play your ball game, and I think that's what Palmyra ended up doing.
Yeah, and it was two similar styles. Both teams just slinging away, and it's almost like who can make the most shots at the end. But Malia Tate DeFries did a great job of giving her team a chance. Palmyra certainly had the advantage with the size of Steel High was probably giving up an average of 2 to 3 inches average per position, and to still have a shot at this game at the end, hats off. People don't realize how hard it is to put together a high school basketball team with that kind of enrollment, but both teams played well, and I think they can both use this as a building block going into the regular district playoffs.
Okay, so the boys are on the floor at Susquehanna Township in Steel High. They're getting ready. Have about 9 minutes left on that one, and now we're going to take a look at our Pac Financial play of the game. Actually, I think there might be a couple of them coming up right here.
It's a big play right here, John and Todd, because it was an opportunity for not only for a steal, but it kind of changed a little bit of momentum because Malia kept getting layup and jump shot, a little short shot after another, and that kind of trounced that momentum.
And, you know, Maria Tukis was our Hoffman Ford player of the game. And, you know, when you talk to her, you forget when you're talking to some of these Palmyra girls on the other side, you forget that she's a sophomore. I mean, you know, I don't know what it is. It's like a basketball factory down there. You know, at Palmyra, it amazes me with the girls and the leadership they get out of young ones. John, Charlie, that's what shows up in the playoffs. And I'd like to see this team go on and do some things in AAA this year.
Yeah, and I believe they will, and I believe we'll probably see both of these teams. Good chance, so we'll see them at the Giant Center when we televise the district championships, all 8 district championships on High School Sports Live. We're excited about that this year.
So again, it's 23 straight wins now for Palmyra. They take out Steel High 75-62. That's going to wrap it up for the Carnes post-game show. We'll be back to take a look at the preview of the boys contest coming up. Susquehanna Township and Steel High, that's coming your way next. Again, Palmyra over Steel High 75-62. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHF.
Do you have a game plan for retirement and college education?
In today's turbulent economic landscape, navigating